And Holly, if we want to pick up there and talk about in terms of a lack of a theme, you had mentioned that earlier as well. In opening statements, the defense said, listen, we're going to present evidence, testimony, Michael Spence, DNA expert, who says that there was a source of DNA or other sources of DNA in the car liner other than the victim in this case. I think that's important to continue to say it wasn't our client, but is that enough?
I don't know how they can both offer an expert who's going to testify that the victim's blood is in their client's trunk liner and not explain that fact away. As a jury member, I'm stuck there. So if their point is that there's more blood in our client's car and we don't know whose it is, then that's an even bigger problem for their client. If their argument is that the police did not do a good job of getting the DNA evidence of the boyfriend, and maybe he had something to do with it, that doesn't explain how their client was the last person to see Mollie Tibbetts alive. So I'm having a hard time tying the expert that they're offering today and what the importance and the impact of that testimony is going to be on whether or not that explains away the victim's blood in the trunk liner of their client's car. And this is where I would have expected some sort of like affirmative defense, perhaps early on in the case going upstream, some self-defense or something like that. Obviously, this is not a case about that right now. But when you have these types of facts that are undisputed, it makes me wonder, where they're going with this particular expert. And if I'm the prosecution, I'm recrossing this expert saying, Mollie Tibbetts' blood in the car, Mollie Tibbetts' blood in the car, and we don't go anywhere other than that. I'm using that time during the defense's case in chief to reinforce the foundational principle that this man was the last person to see this young woman alive. And even though he blacked out, something happened that put this victim in his custom car that nobody else had access to, including this boyfriend. And somehow her dead, decomposing body is found in the exact place that this young man leads the police officers to. Really hard to get past those facts.